Hey guys, the boys and I are at Fort Parker State Park this weekend. We stayed here last night. We've woken up and had breakfast already this morning, and we're just going to spend the day around here. Fort Parker is located near Mahia, Texas, or Mexia if you aren't from around here and don't know how it's pronounced. We searched for a long time to be able to get a site out here, and never been to this park before. It's really pretty, really enjoying it so far. We're gonna hike the Springfield Trail, which I'll take you along on in just a minute, and then we are gonna head over to Old Fort Parker and tour that. We had a little mishap with a raccoon last night and got our bread, so we're gonna have to run into town later and get some bread so we can make our grilled cheeses later. Olivia's not here this weekend. She has a wedding she's catering, so it's just me and the boys having a guys weekend. Had a great night last night, got down to about 45 or so, really not too bad, and may rain tonight, hopefully not, and be about the same 45-50 degrees, so really pleasant weather this weekend, and just really looking forward to exploring this park.
Hiking poles. Mine's the Beyblade right here. Spring. Springfield Trail.
The Springfield Trail. All right, guys. So we're on the Springfield Trail, a 2-mile trail, rated as easy. It says it only takes 45 minutes. So I figured it'd be a perfect trail for me and 2 little kids. It's in a really thick forested area, and it feels like it's kind of out there, but I can hear there's a road somewhere that way, and I can see the lake every once in a while straight through that way, and just a really peaceful hike. It's been really great weather this morning. Started off a little cool, but it feels awesome right now, and we're gonna see what this trail's got in store for us. Pretty cool.
Yeah, they're bendy. Okay, I can get you some. Feel.
So this is the Springfield Cemetery. Springfield was the largest town between Dallas and Houston pre-Civil War, so 1850s or so. And then it got passed up by the railroad whenever the railroad came through, and another series of events which I was reading about on the board over there, fire, and the town just kind of faded out, and the county seat moved from here to Groesbeck, and the town just kind of died out. But this is a really old cemetery. It said it was started back in like the 1830s, and the oldest actual grave marker out here is from 1849, I believe, and a lot of really cool history out this way that we're going to check out real quick before we continue on the trail. Just really neat old piece of Texas history that I really wasn't aware of, and just a really cool area, and I'm really enjoying this state park the more we explore it.
Ethan picked the wildlife flower.
No, don't, Ethan.
You picked it.
These people were born in 1900 and 1894. They were born in 1823. That's a real long time ago.
Like how long?
Almost 200 years ago. So this is one of the more interesting headstones we've found. One, because it's really old. The person died in 1854, but it says they died in Texas by Mexican violence, slain for gold. Just another example of one of the more interesting headstones and some of the history out here at this cemetery. So we're hanging out here at Lake Springfield. This is different than the main lake here, which is Lake Fort Parker. This is just a separate, smaller lake. It's spring fed. Lake Fort Parker is on the other side of this dam here. They also have a river, the Navasota River here at the state park. So a lot of different bodies of water. It's really cool to have all that stuff all in one state park. It's kind of rare. Most state parks seem like they're either built on a river or a lake. This one's got 3 different ones. So this is just a small spring-fed, basically a fishing pond now. A lot of moss, and it's up pretty high, I'm imagining, because we've had a ton of rain around here. And I can hear the lake, I think, going over its spillway or through the dam, just over this wall here. And we'll have our snack real quick and then run over there and check that out and continue on. We're only about halfway through with this hike, and we've already seen quite a bit of trees and bodies of water and things like that. Not too many animals so far, or even tracks, but hopefully we can come across some here in a little bit. So this is the spillway dam at Lake Fort Parker. This is directly over that hill that I talked about in the last segment, over by Lake Springfield. And the lake, I'm sure, is up quite a bit from all the rain we've had, but pretty impressive to see this pouring off here. Pretty cool.
Oh. And if someone touches him, he'll move. We're right at the entrance at the state park, and we just now, I think we're almost done. I don't know. Go in back and get a camera.
Hey, Caden, look at the camera and see if my head's cut off. Look on the other side on the screen.
Nope, your head's perfectly fine.
Alright guys, that was the end of the Springfield Trail. Took us a couple hours, so quite a bit longer than the 45 minutes it says on the map, but we still had a great time. Definitely got to explore some of the areas. Really great weather. The boys did pretty good. Had to carry Ethan for about a half mile, but that was probably the longest trail that Caden's done, definitely in a while. Anyway, we had a great time. Awesome trail for kids, and thanks for coming along.
Daddy, I want a YouTube channel sometime.
Just give you a quick look around Fort Parker. This is a reconstruction of the old fort. This is the inside of it, and its big claim to fame is this is where Indians captured Cynthia Ann Parker, who was the mother of Quanah Parker, the last great Comanche chief. And I think they're doing some cowboy action shooting a little farther over, and we're gonna go up in the second story over here and try to check that out. This is inside the upper room of the blockhouse, which is the fortifications they had on each corner of the fort. That way they could defend themselves from Indians. And they have these small gun holes cut in the walls so that they can see out, but it gives a really small target of shooting back in. They also have these small holes in the floor to be able to stick their guns through and shoot if there were enemies getting in closer. If you look out this way, you can see there's a cowboy action firing range out there, and there's people out there doing cowboy action shooting, which is pretty neat, and I think they do that quite a bit here. So this gate right here next to the blockhouse led out to the spring. So there's a spring about 130 feet from here, and that's where they would get their water for the fort. No, I don't think that's old enough for that, bub.
Oh, here's the TV.
Yep.
Oh, they didn't get to watch very much stuff.
It's them shooting their guns, Bubba. You think it's the Indians trying to get us? No, it's not the Indians. there to help hold up the walls. So here's the basic history of the fort and the pretty much the reason why this fort is famous. This is a reconstructed fort. It's not original, but they did reconstruct it in the style or in the basic plans of what the fort used to look like. That's a little bit creepy. But this is what I'm assuming is what the houses would have looked like and been set up like inside. Not a whole lot to them. Got your bedroom, your kitchen, your fireplace, and that's pretty much it. Not a lot of room in here. Would have been a tough, hard existence. There's Caden up on the shooting bench, but I don't think he'd have been quite tall enough to help defend the fort. This is the inside of another one of the cabins. They got it blocked off. You can't quite get to everything, but set up a little bit different. It's the same amount of space. And this sign right here talks about how they didn't have much metal or anything. They used pegs to hold most of this boards together. And all their furniture would have been handmade and cut out here. And very little wares brought with them.